Good morning. Let's meditate. I'm interested in how I manage my life, but connected to the heart. Mind can do its own job, but we need to listen to the heart so that we are connected to the root. Otherwise, mind can go any direction, not appreciating what has happened and why. And also, we are still connected to the heart as we live. And to appreciate that miracle of our existence, not assuming the brain and mind has everything. It's like out of the Garden of Eden, original sin. We need to be able to see and experience the Garden of Eden. That is enlightenment. To look at the whole as if we are one with the heart before the mind. And there is the way of universe, the way of nature, and we are just one. No confusion. But with the mind, we differentiate things, you and me, right and left, up and down, beautiful and ugly, etc. As a part of how we use the brain or the mind, we even created computer, internet, AI, or being creating all of those. So when I use the computer, like Mac and iPhone, and when I have a dialogue with AI, there's confusion. And there are deficiencies in AI, I notice, as much as we, or me, having deficiency in how I may use my brain. But if we know each other, AI and myself, what we do, what the purpose, why, how we do it, then we can relate to each other. But if we don't, we may get into a confused state. As much as the mind, the brain, and the heart need to be aligned to make sense. For example, I mentioned about Tariki, other power, which is from the heart, and Jiriki, self-power, which is in our mind. We need to have some alliance or alignment. And for that will be, from the mind point of view, have the wisdom and compassion. From the nature's point of view, it's just as it is. In relation to me, for example, and AI. In the process of communication, there's lots of node that we need to pass through so that we understand each other. It's like a window to communicate, and if the window is crowded or with cloud, not see well, then misunderstanding can be generated. Just like individual to individual relationship, or company to company, or nation to nation relationship. So every now and then we need to check and balance. And this continues as everything changes. So living life, given this condition, is not so simple. If I simplify it, I need to go back to the root, into the state of samadhi, or into the Garden of Eden, every now and then. I use the word rebooting the system, so that the operating system, which is supposed to be the way of universe, or way of nature, has a function that we appreciate. That our creativity, wisdom and compassion comes from that source. Not in the mind with ego, bouncing around, competing with each other, even competing against time. What's the point of it? Is that ego? What do we get? Pride? Or associated with that be some sort of suffering, isn't it? That we see in political system, war, climate change, and we have this desire of expanding, improving what we can, but that need to be checked and balanced and moderated, not pushing each tribe with tribalism, but we all connect to each other as well as connecting to heart. Clarify, simplify, eliminate what's not needed, prioritize, know what's important. Use the idea of invert, and not to go where you may die or we may die. Instead of pushing, as if to see the limit without the core of our being, the root of our being, and to appreciate that. There are lots of noise. As I hear a little noise outside, don't let that be clouded our mind. Be clear. connect to the root. Instead of the noise, hear the sound of cicada. Smell and feel how we breathe in and out, even under difficulties. Clear mind, quiet mind. The rain or the storm may stop eventually. Instead of protecting ego, let's accept all there is. Instead of arguing, let's remain still and do what we can, as the cicada may be doing. What's our mission? What's important? Help us, help others be in the state of samadhi and find a way, also having fun, like a kids in the sandbox. Back in the Garden of Eden. Mindset, it's not easy. The heart says, without saying, everything as it is. Out of nowhere we were born, dust of universe. Out of randomness, something happened and is happening. There are lots of noise and difficulties preventing us to be alive. But we managed, not we, but the heart. that's also about creativity. Played its own role. May we sing a song like Cicada, the best we can, given the situation, devoting ourselves with some level of determination. Let's see how our body is living, how the air goes into our lung to keep us alive, doing their best. Beyond the difficulties that mind create. If we got tangled up in our mind, just to recognize it and let it loosen up by itself. Effortless effort, without trying. Unleash the potential to confirm and move on. Many things happen for us to be, and we are the one for the future generations to do our work. And hope we have fun in doing it. That's part of creativity, with positivity originated from the deep inside of us. Here is the painting I did. Playfulness. The universe played, and we are the outcome of the playfulness. We are the universe. Noise is gone. Cicadas singing. My heart is pounding still. Let's make the most of it. Have a good day. I wish you the best. May all beings be happy.